Welcome to The Trap, your home for all things urban, hip hop, and pop culture. I'm your host, Kevin V.
Alexus Haze.
T the Gallant.
Let's get into it. Now, French Montana has claimed he got more hits than Kendrick Lamar. Now, he was an interview with Speedy Mormon, and after his infamous battle with Tory Lanez, he was asked who can he headline with and who he think can go hit for hit with him. He said he can basically outshine Kendrick Lamar. Now, I'm gonna go with you, Alexus Haze. What you think about that?
Okay. I feel like I don't feel like French Montana is wrong for saying that. Being like a artist, he should be able to talk his shit and say what he wants. And that's all like in entertainment and rap. You're supposed to be able to be confident in your art, right? Mm-hmm. But I do think all the problem is the fact that he tried to use Kendrick Lamar instead of using like a different rapper, because I feel like there's different types of rappers. There's not everybody's on the same page. So It's like you have melodic rappers, you have hood street rappers, you have the new drill rappers. You can't put everybody on the same platform as you. So if I feel like if French Montana were to say, I can go toe to toe with Tory Lanez, I can go toe to toe with
Someone a little bit.
Yeah,
that's not Kendrick Lamar.
Because there's a difference between, to me, I feel like it's a difference between like hits and classics. Mm-hmm. I feel like Kendrick Lamar, he has a lot of classics. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to hits, like things you want to hear inside the club, I do feel like French Montana hold his head on that. Like he have weight.
All right. What about you, T?
The way I see it, the man is off his rocker. Like, you can't, like, serious, you can't go toe-to-toe with a man that has lyricism like Kendrick. Mm-hmm. For example, I feel like, remember when he dropped Good Kid, Mad City?
Yeah.
Those tours, like, all those tours
that was
were lit.
I'm not going to
You even saw the video.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, the hype that he gets from those few singles he has, nah, bro, he can't step to Kendrick. Especially, it's like Lex said, he's not on that same tier as Kendrick. And honestly, I don't think he'll ever will be.
No, it was, but French did say he didn't say that he was a better artist, but he was saying like basically anthems and hits. French beats him. He can compete with him on that level. Because where Hot 97, like they had like a Kendrick versus French, and they actually gave it to French Montana the W. So that was kind of shocking to me, but. I know a lot of people be like, well, what hits does French Montana has? But like, if you kind of look back, he was kind of, because there was Shot Caller, Unforgettable. I know a lot of his joints, he got a lot of features, great features on there.
Right.
But he still came out. You can't forget about Shot Caller, Stay Scheming. Like, these are all great hits. Well, he was featured on, but he hold his own. These songs, you did make hits.
Right.
And not to mention, like, he has a lot of mixtape and albums that, he didn't even dive into. Because people are forgetting about Mac and Cheese.
2009.
Yeah. 1 and 3. Like, French, he had some good hits on there. Like, Century, it was pretty good. So, I mean, that's my take on there. But as for, like, Young Thug hopping in the mix, like, I feel like that's a little bit of a clout-chasing mood. Like, I feel like it didn't even have anything to do with, like, French and Kendrick. I feel like that was something, a little bit deeper because, like, I get it. Like, there's a lot of rappers who would comment and just say, hey, French, that ain't the play. Kendrick takes that. Or I just disagree. Or he'd be like, yo, big dog, you tripping. Kendrick could take that. But he was like, he kind of dissed them in a sense. Right. Like, the wordplay that he used. So I feel like I see why, French took it to like that, the extreme, but he said there ain't no beef between Kendrick. And Kendrick didn't even respond. So that's how Kendrick's the GOAT. Because, your work, your work speaks for itself. With Young Thug and French Montana, like, they really got into it. Because first, Young Thug commented. He said, like, yo, you out of pocket. Like, you ain't better than Kendrick. Like, I get that, but like with Young Thug, I know they have like old joints together. He could easily like DM them or hit them up and just be like, "Yo, man, you kind of tripping with that.
Like step down.
You going against Kendrick? Come on, man. Like, I'm your homie, but come on." But then it got real because French Montana, he started posting the Young Thug in dresses and stuff like that. And then Young Thug came back. He said, "Look, bro, I did out of love for you." and like you taking it out of character. Like you making me seem like I'm a lame or something like that. But I
Right.
did that because you my bro, and that's the way you treat me. We all know Young Thug was in the dress, so it like I ain't get why French did that. And then Young Thug came back and like, oh, there's a video that Meek got of someone knocking you out. Like, I'm about to hit Meek up and say like, yo, where the video at? Where the video at? And then he started doing crazy stuff. So
yeah,
I'm like,
I feel like they really wilding for real. Like, first of all,
what, Young Thug?
first of all, Young Thug, right? He's showing like pictures and like coming out to like one of French Montana's houses, talking about it being in foreclosure and all that type of stuff. And
Oh,
I
his
just feel
chain
like
fake?
it
Wow,
has to be
kid.
no, yeah. It has to be something more than just, a Kendrick Lamar and French Montana beef. Like it has to be way over that.
But I just don't get it. Like, if you have a beef, like, just, you know where the man stay, like his label
Like,
and
bro,
stuff.
you got
like,
my
just,
addy.
like, pull up on him. Like, just like how Birdman pulled up on the Breakfast Club, pull up on him. Like, I get it. It could be gangster, but if you guys really need to politic it out, just, I'm pretty sure Young Thug knows somebody who's associated with French Montana. You can easily hit up that man. Yo, I need to hit up French. Like, what about you, T? Like, how would you see that?
Like how I'd see this is honestly, yeah, it could have went like plenty other different ways. Like they could have met up over like smoke or kick it or some shit and be like, yo, you quarantine. Like, bro, like, yo, you're out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they can't meet up right now? Well, shit, FaceTime, video chat, they got it all.
Yeah.
Like, smoke a blunt over the video chat. You feel me?
Yeah, and that whole video situation, I feel like that's cap. Like I don't think anybody has a video of him getting knocked out. He's a grown ass man.
Like,
Come
because
on,
I'm sure we
like,
would have saw it before,
yeah,
right?
we would have already seen it. Like it's been like people have been saying that for years now. So it's like, where is this video? I want to see it. So I don't think it's a video to be seen, right?
It is one I do want to see it.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, but the thing with French Montana is like he said that, I don't know if you guys heard, like he's the one who created Unforgettable, like meaning that he wrote it and all that. Like, and he's basically discrediting Sway Lee from my point of view. Like,
Nah, see, do the thing.
like,
My thing, what grinds my gears with that.
he said, what
Grinds my gears about that, America. If you look at Unforgettable, if you really listen to Unforgettable, what really draws you to that song? His verses or Sway Lee's hook? Like, let's be real. Like, let's be real. Like, other than
Sway
his verses, what really draws you to the song is Sway Lee. Like, am I right or am I wrong?
Like, when you really listen to the song, when it gets radio play, you actually predominantly hear Sway Lee. Like I understand French is
Yeah.
on the song, but like, if you really can recite a lyric, like everybody, like when you hear Unforgettable, you hear Sway Lee's voice. That's all you hear in your mind. You can't just recite a lyric. Well, some people can if you're in love with the song, but majority of people who hear on the road play, like if they're heading to work or they're heading to the beach or something, you just only hearing Sway Lee's verse.
Of course.
Like, that's just me.
Yeah, I feel like Sway Lee's vocals is the reason why it's like global, Like everybody feels it from all over the world. Like,
but the thing is, I'm like, as an artist, I'm like, I don't feel like you got to discredit another artist. Like, you guys are big artists. Like, you guys like basically are mainstream. Like, there's room for everybody to grow. So I'm like, for French Montana to be like, yo, I made that hit. Like, Sway Lee ain't really nothing. I feel like he clout chasing in a sense. Like, we all know what's been going on with One Chop and his syndrome. Like, I feel like French Montana, like, for example, that situation that happened with 50 Cent. Like, after he went on Instagram, like, oh, I ain't get punched. Like, but I'm like, 50 didn't even say nothing about it. Like, I get it. Like, you trying to let your fans know, like, what's going on. But 50 was like, yo, this ain't even worth my time. So when he discredited Sway Lee like that, I'm like, yo, you kind of clout chasing, bro. Like, I understand you want to stay in the limelight, but to be honest,
you can't put down somebody that you practically came up with because
Exactly.
you understand, like, back then, like, he had 2009, he had Mac and Cheese and shit, but then he started blowing up around the time Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy started coming up, and then they started collabing more together. So it's like they kind of took the mainstream by the throat together, and for you to, like, just get on there and say, yo, this nigga, like, I made the song, It's like,
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to speak facts, Kendrick has 48 albums on the Billboard. Yeah, I'm sorry, 48 hits on the Billboard. French only has 17. Now, the thing is, French also mentioned that, like the people who are behind Billboard, they don't want to select a song. I'll say I do agree. He said like a lot of fans basically voice are not heard from the Billboard's perspective. And that's another thing. Like, how do you categorize a hit? Because
right.
yeah, because I know there's certain songs that you be like, you know what, I generally like this song.
For example, I feel like Meek Mill's. If you play Dream Chasers,
Mm-hmm.
inside not Dream Chasers. If you play Dreams versus Nightmares at any club, right?
Okay.
It's going off. Like that's, to me, that's a hit. Kendrick Lamar, Backseat Freestyle. You can play that in the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna give the same effect. So that, to me, that's like a classic.
I see what you said. So I think that's where everybody's getting that misconception at. Because you got to remember, French Montana, he's saying like anthems, like club anthems. But
Right.
Kendrick Lamar, his is basically like classics, like things you can just vibe to on a regular day. Like you just smoking a blunt, or you got the lick with you,
like
and you just
California
vibing.
vibes.
Exactly.
West Coast LA vibes. And then French Montana's more party vibe, club vibes. Where it's like, you can't really, because I'm going to be honest. There's not really one Kendrick song that you can really, rock out to.
I mean, I feel like you can,
Unless
like
for
DNA or something like that, but
DNA or Humble.
At the end of the day, I mean, these are both like great artists. Basically, I would say they both have their own style. And I feel like the fans are, taking what French said out of misconception. Because you got to also remember, he said, look, I don't think I'm better than Kendrick. I don't think I'm a better artist than him. He said, like, if he was at a stage, he think he would compete. That's all he was just saying. And I understand that because you got to remember, he said, like, look, I'm not going to say that I think I'm on fire. So I'm like, if I think I'm on fire, I'm going to say that I'm on fire. I'm not going to say I'm not on fire.
But in a way, I feel like French Montana feels like people don't take him seriously, and so now he has kind of like a complex where he feels like he has to stand up for himself, like versus everybody. So I get it, like being a rapper, being an artist, being an entertainer, you're gonna say your shit is better regardless, and that's just how it goes. Like,
true, like you are your best number one fan at the end of the day, but I feel like you shouldn't go and try to chase someone at a higher level than you, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's like you stay in your own lane, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is, since French, he did show out, so I'm going to be like, French, kudos. I do think, you making noise, so kudos to you. But Kendrick, that was a far little stretch. Kendrick's already successful, even though he hasn't been on social media lately.
Right.
But you already know, Kendrick's music speaks for itself. But speaking on success, Kanye made, the Forbes list. He's finally a billionaire,
Hell yeah.
Forbes reported it at 1.3 billion. But, Kanye, he's saying it's 3.3 billion. So I'll go with you, Alexus Haze. Finally, Kanye made it. Like, what's up? What's up with your boy?
I mean, I don't know anything about like numbers or any of that stuff, but it's just like the French Montana thing. Of course, he's gonna think he's worth more because he feels like he's put in more. He's put in a lot in this industry. He's put in a lot as an African American man. So I feel like maybe he feels like that, or maybe it is true. I'm not sure. So.
I mean, it may be true, but Saint Pablo himself would probably say, like, good music has been doing so good lately as far as his Yeezy collection with Adidas. So I believe it might be in the 3 millions, but he might be
3 billion.
3 billions. Sorry, but he might be overestimating himself.
The thing
just
is,
from the calculations based off what they have from what Forbes have, from how much good music has collectively made and how much his Yeezy collection has collectively made.
But like the thing is, you would never really know how much someone like their net worth really is. Like they're basically going off like guesstimations, things they really found. Like it's not the whole piece of the pie. But the first thing I do want to say is congratulations to Kanye, because I realize when a lot of artists become successful, from all the hard work that they put in, because a lot of people are like, what Kanye put? I'm like, don't y'all remember in 2016, this man was $50 million in debt. So from being $50 million in debt to 1.3 billion. I'm just going based off of Forbes. To be 1.3 million, that's a long way, brother. So, kudos to you. And not to mention all the, positive things that he's been doing. Like,
Right.
you got to remember, Kanye went from doing all those crazy stuff, going on a rant saying, like, people not being behind him, to basically being, like, a lot of people be like, oh, that's selling out, but being in the White House with Donald Trump. Now, I get it. He's a great marketer. He has a lot of great things.
I feel
coming.
like he expanded his brand as not just, he took what he had, the talent he had as an artist and as a rapper, and he expanded it. He has different, like, helped different people out, especially when it comes to fashion.
Exactly.
And how there's not a lot of African American men or women in the fashion lane. Like, he made that happen. Look at Virgil. He put Virgil on. Now we have Off-White. You know what I mean?
The dude's even making music in Africa for the children now.
So
Think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kanye came a long way, and a lot of people, they're still thinking like, oh, he just married to a Kardashian. I'm like, this man went to the White House. He's basically that's a powerful connection right there. I know a lot of the things that come out his mouth, which President Trump, I don't agree with, but having a powerful connection as the president can get a lot of people out. Like, for example, Kim K's grandma got out. Just because you knew the man, just because you got close to the man, he's like, you know what? I'll take that case in consideration. But not to mention his money, he's still getting 11% from Adidas. Yeezy's still smashing.
Hell yeah.
Because like everybody I know probably got a pair of Yeezys. It doesn't matter what type of Yeezy it is, you got it. So Kanye, kudos to you. That's all I.
You know what Yeezys I want?
Which one?
Those like the October Reds.
I know what you're talking about.
Aren't those one of the first ones that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ones?
I know shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I got a few. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I got the Turtle Doves, a real old school.
I don't even own any of them shits. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They probably came a while back.
But like I would say, when you think about it, I'd say what Kanye's doing now is like that. What's that movie called? Us? Or like, what's that movie with the sunken place or some shit?
Yeah. Get Out.
Get Out. There
It's
you
like
go.
He's doing a reverse Get Out,
Yeah.
but in Hollywood. Like, he's reaping the benefits more than letting them make an ass out of him. And I think that's pretty fucking awesome.
So you said Get Out. He's doing the reverse way.
In a way, how I see it.
I mean, the way I see it, you got to remember, he is married to a Kardashian. The ones who are known for, destroying black men. So now you got a powerful black man, 1.3 billion or 3.3 billion. What do you think he's going to do with that amount of power and that amount of money? Like, because you got to remember, Kanye's unpredictable. Like,
Black.
like, you got to remember that.
Why is it that funny?
Like he is unpredictable. Like let's just face facts. So, I mean, what I think is the reason why he's getting close to Donald Trump, he's trying to be president 2024. Like, anybody opposed to that?
Republican Kanye?
I mean, at this rate, I feel like people will, like, they'll be okay with him being president. Like,
What?
I do. I feel like people do not. 6ix9ine is out of jail. Like, there's a lot of crazy.
Okay, but he pleaded for that. The
Well,
nigga was like,
the corona actually helped 6ix9ine, but
And
Kanye
just
being,
like that. You see, people
can't say the
love
same for R. Kelly.
controversy. Like, this is America. I think people like. I really do think people like trends. That people think it's funny. Look. We didn't think Donald Trump was going to be president. Everybody
And look
took it
what
as
happened.
a joke. Took it as a joke.
well,
Now
some people took it as a joke, but honestly, I kind of expected it.
I think it
it's
was
all-
half and
it's
half.
always
Half
Yeah.
of America was
egos for
serious.
everybody. Like,
But Kanye, you expect him to be president? No. I expect him to be top in the fashion industry or create another, Yeezy, another product line of Yeezy. That would,
yeah, I'm not saying
that
want him
I can
to.
see Kanye doing that, or having instead he basically, because he owns Yeezy outright, and Adidas just basically the people who manufacture and distribute it. I can see him coming up with his own thing, like basically competing against Nike and Adidas and Jordan. Like Kanye, I can see him doing that. Kanye, his mind would be big on that.
And
That would be
then-
a smart route for him because he's big in fashion. But being president, that's a whole different league. You're not qualified for that, Kanye. Like, just like how French Montana wasn't qualified to go against Kendrick, it's the same thing.
The big question, do you think Kanye would help his own community? with this money if he becomes president. Like, think about it.
Yeah, he's gonna help everybody with some free dunder. Like that's about it. Like probably his clothesline. I'm
Free
just playing.
dunder.
Well, actually helping the community. I mean, he really can do it now. I mean, you have the money for it, but let's just see, because I can't really speak on Kanye. He's very unpredictable. He's like one of those artists that you think he's gonna go right, but he actually goes left, and then you scratch your head and be like, "What are you doing?" And then you guys gotta wait and see what the outcome is. Like,
It's a fucking wild card. That's
yeah,
the problem.
that is the problem. Like when he went with Trump, everybody was like, why are you selling out? This is the guy that said George Bush hate black people. Like, what is exactly are you doing? Like, then I kind of see why he went there, because then Kim Kardashian went to President Trump, got the grandma out, so it kind of played a part. So
you're saying it was rigged?
of course, Kanye's a mastermind.
I mean,
like
he can pull it off.
Yeah, it
won't
was
put
just
it
a
past
selfish
him.
game. That's how I see it. Like he basically talked to Donald Trump to basically get what he wanted. That's all it is at the end of the day. Donald Trump, I'll take pictures with you, because that looks good on Donald Trump's image. Like, oh, the guy who said George Bush hate black people want to take a photo with me? Of course I'm going to go smile next to him.
Ace Boone Coon.
Exactly. And then he was like, hey, Donald, you feel me? I'll take a picture, but you got to let her go. All right? And, a couple of black people, too. And that's how
So
it
you're
works.
saying Kanye West is Uncle Tom?
Yes.
I'm
Uncle
not
Tom. Boy, I like the way you think.
I mean, what I'm basically saying is, people, his selfish greed is getting to him. I mean, like I said, I'm congratulating you on basically your success, because as a young black man, we need more black people in the $1 billion mark. But as that move with President Trump, I feel like it was a little bit selfish on his end. Like a lot of people, like for example, since Kanye reached out to Donald Trump and a lot of people got out, other artists is kind of got that idea, like, I have to reach out to Donald Trump. Maybe he'll get me out. Like, for example, Kodak. So, Kodak's been on Instagram. I don't know how he's been on Instagram, but
Broward jail
someone take
systems,
this
bro.
phone away. I'm just saying.
didn't they transfer him to like New York?
Oh, I thought he was still down here.
Yeah, no, they transferred him.
It's like, why would they do that, knowing that New York is like the
heightening the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly, with the corona.
I mean, it's set up. I think that's what Kodak was trying to portray, because like he said this. He said, "Tell Donald Trump to pull up on me. I got a brilliant idea. I thought of something back in Miami, but I dismissed it because I be thinking I'm crazy sometimes."
Kodak with a brilliant idea.
Then he said, "This shit keeps following me though. This ain't got nothing to do with my wrongful conviction. Come see me. I got my corona mask on." And he at Donald Trump, he said, "If it's not worth anything, you can kill me. I'm ill for real."
Says the nigga who wants to get out.
So, I mean, he said this has nothing to do with like wrongful conviction. So I think he knows, like, yo, listen, I did the crime, but this is something on like a bigger level. So, that's why I said like this kind of paves the way. Like what Kanye was doing, it's kind of like selling out. I don't want to say Kodak is selling out, but let's see what he really got. Like,
I mean, judging by the dumb shit Kodak's done in his music career and even before his music career, I don't even think, like, I'm really wondering on this marvelous plan that he has, that he wants to talk to the president about. Because what? You think Kodak has something in store for America?
so what would you think, like, Kodak got to talk to Donald Trump about? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, what does he have? But if you had to guess, like, what do you think that's wandering up in that mind?
He probably, knowing Kodak, he probably want protection for the whole sniper gang. From getting indicted,
Or racketeering
no drug
charges,
bust,
RICO.
no racketeering, free duets.
Man, his ass just want to get out. That's
What
all I
about
know.
you?
BOA Wells.
He just wants to get out.
Nah, he said dismiss that because he said, look, ain't about no wrongful conviction. So, I mean, for Kodak, I think he would want to see in the office. Because we seen a lot of crazy things Kodak's be doing. So, I mean.
Bill Capri in office?
Like, you got to remember, like, he seen Kanye do it. And then he was like, look, Kanye is the first one to do it. And, a lot of people, like, Like for example, French Montana don't know his limits. He going against Kendrick Lamar. So then
I don't know. I honestly feel like this might be like a clout move right now, because it's like maybe he just feels like he has to keep himself talked
relevant
about. Like people need to talk about him, so now he just feels like he has to do something like off the wall, like speaking to Donald Trump.
Well, he might arrange a meeting in the Oval Office, like just like you said, like what Kanye did. Like the man, he get in there and act a fool. He'll be on the map forever.
that's
like
fact.
Kanye talking to the president, Kodak talking to the president. Imagine how funny that would be.
Nah, but for real, I think Donald Trump, he might actually take it because, he a clout chaser himself. Now, it might not be the right move for Kodak, but Donald Trump, I can guarantee you on Twitter, he going to say like, oh, salute to my brother Kodak. I know he locked up.
Salute to my brother Kodak.
But I'll see you soon, brother. He would probably say something like that.
Do you think Kodak Black wants Donald Trump on like a record with him?
With this going on in this world, I'm not gonna lie.
Kodak Black and J Trump.
Like it's just crazy nowadays. That's all I can say, man. We got a couple of albums we gonna review. So the first one we got The Baby, Blame It on the Baby. I'm not gonna lie.
I will blame that shit on him. I will blame him for this fucking travesty he just put out.
Wow.
This shit is a travesty, bro. It's the same shit with all his fucking songs. It's like, bro, it's the same repetitive ass 3-tone beat. And don't get me wrong, some of the beats are fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna deny his lyricism, but the flow is too fucking repetitive for something you released 3 albums in a row of. The same repetitive flow, same damn near fucking beat. And I think this nigga tried to sing on this album.
No, he definitely did. We did see a different part of The Baby, but I'm not going to sit here and say like I like it, because I kind of don't. Like I like yes. his like repetitiveness. Like I know it's bad.
Really?
But if it's
what?
not broke,
I'm not gonna
don't
say
fix
that.
it. Like
no, there's certain artists who can do the repetitive. Listen, like The Baby. When I heard Kirk, I was like, oh, okay, you feel me? Then when I heard this album, I was like, how do you go from Kirk to
this shit?
Like that doesn't.
It's like
that because I'm like
made that transition within a couple months.
Well, I was like,
I'm
whoa.
thinking that he's trying to be like more mainstream, and this probably was his way.
Wait
of
a
doing
minute.
That.
When I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, who wrote this? This can't be The Baby. This can't be the Baby I was listening to. Because I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, maybe I'm just second guessing it. Because when I heard Can't Stop, I was like, this is the intro for Blame It On. What is it? Blame It on the Baby. But I'm like, the intro for Kirk was fire. Like everybody was like, my.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he's been going through a lot with his baby moms and stuff. You know, that probably played a big part in his variation of music that he has.
Like the only song that I'll be like I attempted to like would be Rockstar or Roddy Ricch. That's the only song.
The only song I would attempt to like is because I like how Roddy came in on his verse.
Yeah,
I did not pay attention to this nigga's whole first verse until I got to the end.
Like I was just listening to it. I was like, you know what? Because there's 2 types of songs. Like there's the ones you can be at your crib or you're in school or something, wherever you are, and you got your headphones on. You be like, yeah, oh, this is bumping. And then when you get in the car, it might sound different. But there's songs that you can put on the car. I'm like, damn, this thing was bumping. This thing blasting my system. Both of those, like every song on there, nothing worked. This album is straight trash. I'm like, The Baby,
garbage juice.
I want you to retract this. Take just like Eminem said. You can take the mic home with you and go make something suspenseful.
This shit is fucking trash. Get this shit the fuck off the airwaves.
Next one, NBA 38 Baby 2. I'm not gonna lie. NBA, when he first came out with 38 Baby, that thing was bumping. I'm not gonna lie.
Trust.
Because I'm like, I don't see the vision. I don't see what these artists are doing nowadays. Because I'm like, 38 Baby, that was. I understand you mature, like you're not at that same level anymore, and you're trying to tell a story. Some of your albums, they were fire, but this one, it just seems like there's a lot of singing. Like
it's a lot of
auto-tune.
I wouldn't even say a lot of auto tune. It's a lot of fucking raw wave shit going on with this album, and I don't like it. It's like pain every fucking.
See, the thing is,
track.
not every artist can do that. I'm like, Rob Rave, he mastered that. So I'm like, and the thing is, like, his like I said on the last part, I'm like his things are basically telling a story, and it comes at a different flow. That's why I like Rob Wave. But NBA baby, NBA young boy, I don't know what he was trying to do. I get he's going through it with Yaya Mayweather, and I think
Missing Yaya daily.
It's
Yeah.
not even just Yaya. I feel like he have like 8
Probably about
females.
3 or 4 different
He
hoes.
going
Baby
through
mama.
it, right?
Like a 17, like 8 or 9 different hoes on a 17 track album, and I honestly think all 17 was about an individual bitch. But I'm gonna get back to that. The thing is, it was only 3 songs that I chose out of this whole fucking album that I truly enjoyed. I only enjoy shit when he's only rapping about tearing shit up, busting, all that shit. All that shit he talking about, like that whole shit, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why
I
you can't get
do
in
it.
touch with your feelings?
it's not about getting
that. I
touching your
can.
feelings.
I
It's
can get
just-
really in tune with my
Like,
feelings.
yeah, I just don't want to hear
It's
it
just
on a street song.
the way it's
like,
fucking portrayed, I don't relate to that hood shit. I don't relate to that at all.
I feel like it's the artist he is. Like I'm so used to the NBA, how NBA used to be, that him switching over, like
It's
that.
hard.
It's
It's
just
hard
like
for him to
It's
sell,
fucking with
right?
you. It's
Like,
like,
you
I
like-
can't.
I can't really rock with it like how I used to. So I'm like, let me just wait till his next project. Like we're just gonna flip it over. That's the best thing I can do as of right now. Now, on top of the other trash albums we've been reviewing, here's another one, Jack Boy. Like my goodness,
I don't even want to revisit this.
don't anybody know how to make good music anymore? Like for real, like I'm getting tired of these artists just thinking they can go in the booth, smoke a blunt, and produce songs. No, man.
That's the way, because people like anything. If you haven't noticed, people
Nah.
will listen to anything these days, bro.
See, that's the thing, and I'm gonna call you out on it. It has to be art. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, look, I think the album, just because I'm doing a review, I'm gonna be like, oh, I think the album was good.
I'm not
Or
gonna
just
lie,
out
like,
of,
And
that,
I'm gonna name like 2 songs that I'll be like, I might like. No, I'm gonna be like,
or
no,
just
that
on
shit's
that,
trash.
or just on that fake positivity stuff. Like, yeah, like you like the artist, so you support everything they put out, and everything they put out is not good. And
Yeah.
that goes for any artist.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I have spoken about Rob Williams. Like, how I like his music. I know some songs I don't like, but some of the songs that I don't like, I'm like, well, other people like it, so I'm like, at least they like. But I'm like, if you sit here and you say, listen, I like Jack Boy, I'm like, what is appealing to you
I didn't-
about Pressure? Like, just look at me.
I mean-
and tell me, what do you really like about the song?
I haven't heard anything about Jack Boy until recently. The only thing I know about him, I didn't even know he did music or he was interested in music as an artist. The only thing I knew about him is that he doesn't wear Nikes apparently, because that's all he was talking about. And that
Man, you from the hood, you know you wear Nike.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah,
playing.
boy.
Stop
Black
playing.
in
Air
that
Force.
live he was on. So
Well, I knew about Jack Boy because he's Kodak Black's homeboy, but I feel like everybody started to know about Jack Boy more because, like I said, Kodak was beefing with NBA YoungBoy, and then Jack Boy jumped in. So, off of that, publicity, after, I said publicity.
oh my god. Restart
that. All right, restart that. All right. So, I knew about Jack Boy. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like after all that controversy and, he getting a lot of publicity from it, so that's why he was like, you know what? I have to put out this album because right now he's hot. And, they're like, NBA YoungBoy, he hot too. So I feel like that's why they both dropped in albums because he's like hot and hot, put it out there. So I feel like in a sense they kind of collabed with it in a little bit of a way to bring like, fans to each other's like album listening, whatever.
But
party.
what have we learned from Rush projects? They never work out. And as you can see, this one did not work out, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I got hints of so many different flows listening throughout the album. He tried to do some trippy red thing, and then he actually tried Cardi's flow out like in a couple of songs, like that, just massive ad-libbing.
Okay.
And no,
no,
Cardi flow, Playboy Cardi flow. Like, only so many people can get away with just ad-libbing a whole song. Jack Boy can't do it. Jack Boy can't do it. I mean, they made some toilet paper just recently.
the thing is, I feel like once your homeboy raps, like for example Kodak, you feel like you gotta rap, in a sense. So naturally, I knew of Jack Boy, but I have never knew of his music. So I'm like, when I first listened to this album, I was like, Now I see why I never knew of your music.
I don't even listen to Jack Boy like that in the song. Like the albums that I do have that I do listen to, it sounds like this is a total switch up from what he's had before. It sounds nothing like his old music.
So out of these 3 albums, well, I'm not even gonna ask which one's the best. Which one's the least worst?
Damn. I'm gonna say the baby just because we all know his flow. Like he's been having the same flow for the last 3 albums, right? It's something that we already expected from the baby.
What about you, T?
As much as I'd hate to say it, I'd have to pick the babies because I know at the end of the day, out of all these 3 albums, that's the one that's gonna get pushed more than anything. So
I mean, push more. I would say NBA YoungBoy album. Which one I would say I would go to the baby route because of the fact that matter is because there's actually one song I kind of do would listen to, which is Rockstar featuring Roddy Ricch. Right. But the one that's gonna get pushed more would be NBA. Like that one's gonna take off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, so our next segment is from a guy's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst thing a girl can do on a date?
I'm gonna go first, T.
all right.
The worst thing you could do on a date is lie. Because I feel like honesty is really the best policy. A lot of people be like, "What? Why would?" Because I'm like, when you first lie, then you gotta follow up with another lie and another lie and another lie until you get caught. Now, I actually got a funny story because like there was this one female I was talking to who actually went on a date. Like during the date went fine. Like we was cool, was kicking it. You know that question like, "Oh, are you always talking to somebody?" And she said no, she was single. So when it came time to drop her back off at her place, like we was just kicking in the car for a few, and then she went, "Oh shit!" I was like, "What's up?" Like I thought I dropped something. I'm like, "You seen something? Like animal outside?" She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend here." What? I'm like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Wait, time."
So she got you for that free meal.
That's exactly what I said. I was about to kick her out. I was about to be like, "Yo, my man, she in here," and she was like, "Nah," but I'm cool. So I was like, you know what? This is just another episode of me being Dirty Dick Rodney. So I'm like, so I was like, you know what? I'm like, do you want me to just drive around the corner and drop you off? She was like, can you please do that? Cool. Aww. Like, dropped her off. She was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, you don't gotta apologize and nothing like that.
You told her that? You don't have to apologize.
I'm like, because I was cool with it. Nah, because of the fact of the matter is, because like me, like I'm like, look, I genuinely had a great time up until that. I'm not gonna be mad at you, but at the end of the day, you feel me? I still did my thing though. Nah, because no, hold on. This is what y'all not understanding. The next day, she hits me up. She like, look, she apologized. I said, no, ain't no thing. But I would say like 2 days later, she invited me over to the crib. And, I did my thing. More, of course. You think I was gonna go through all that? Nah. Damn. Yeah. Damn. But
where did you guys eat at?
What? Eat at?
Yeah, like where did you guys go for your date?
You want me to answer that question for real? I can't tell y'all females that. That's a secret between me and you.
Oh, okay. You hear that? He takes every girl to the same place.
Nah, I actually don't. Because the thing is like, I know where I stay, the area I stay. So I'm like, there's only a list of technically, I've been through a lot of spots. So, what about you, T? Like, what was you like?
I know people are going to call me an ass for this, but I don't care. The worst thing a girl can do is pick off your plate when you're not looking. Because, I'm hungry.
Oh, my God.
You don't know how many meals that I probably skip a day just because I don't eat. And then I get there, I take you out to a nice dinner, take you out to have a dinner for yourself, and then you decide to pick in the other plate across from you as I go to the bathroom. That's not good. I don't want to come back to half a burger, bro.
See, that's the thing. Don't go to the bathroom. That's your fault.
I couldn't help.
Next time,
a burger, not even the fries, bro.
Next
a burger.
Time, tell her to go to the bathroom too, so that she doesn't touch your food.
Nah, that Rona is for real. Nah, somebody got to go.
Yeah, somebody gonna spit in my shit, like walking across.
What about you?
Like a bad date.
Yeah. Well, what's like? Yeah.
Okay. What's the worst thing a guy can do on a date?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but from my perspective, like if something happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a story about the worst date or one. Not it wasn't really a bad date. It was just something that he did on the date.
Yeah.
I was in.
I'm intrigued, man.
This is like back like in high school days. Like I was in high school,
Okay.
and this guy he wanted to take me out on a date so bad, and like I wasn't really feeling him. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't. But I was just
free meal.
like, I'm bored. Right?
Wow.
You was
I know
hungry,
the
bored and
story.
hungry,
I was like,
huh?
I'm bored. And then like. You know, I said yes, and then he came and picked me up at my house, and my grandmother like had to meet him, right? Yeah, I know this is hard, but this is
first
high
date,
school,
grandma?
obviously.
Grandma?
So
Wow.
my grandmother, she met him, and he was so nervous that like his hands were sweating, and like he was like physically like sick, right? And then yeah, and she's not even a hard person to like talk to, so it was weird. And then we got in a car and like we're going to the movies, and all of a sudden like I smell the worst smell ever, right?
What is going on here?
And I'm just like, yo, is that like I'm thinking, you know, it's probably like
The
something,
outside,
yeah, the
coming
outside.
through the AC.
So I'm just like, oh, okay, can you put the window down? And then, sorry. And then halfway towards the movie, like going to the movies, he had to make a U-turn to his house because apparently, like, he defecated on himself.
New pair of drawers.
And I was so
That's the
like,
first time I
low-key-
ever heard that.
I was
Wow.
so upset.
Shitted himself on a date.
He shitted himself. He was that nervous to meet your grandma.
Yeah, I felt it's like it was kind of sad, so I didn't say anything, but I did.
I mean,
I would have been like,
I did talk to my friends about it afterwards.
I would have took an Uber home. I'm like, nah, that's too much.
his seats are destroyed.
Okay, the next question is, do you think it's okay to flirt while you're in a relationship?
My answer to that is no, because like I said, if you're in a relationship, that means you chose that. Like that, your significant other, like you see like a future. Like I'm tired of guys who are in a relationship and be like, oh damn, she cute. Let me go talk to her. Stop cock blocking. Just be single. Live your single life. Like I don't have a problem with you if you're talking to like other females. That ain't no thing. Like you can have like a couple of chicks on the left, and then if you want to add them to your like your rotation, that's cool, whatever. But if you're in a relationship, like that person trusts you. That person confides in you, and you just sitting there like, oh, like I'm just gonna break her heart just because.
Right.
Like what's the point of a relationship then? Like that's just me. That's just how I feel about this topic.
I mean, nah, I don't, cause I wouldn't do it. Like I'm the type, I wouldn't really go out of my way to talk to someone else. Like if a girl were to approach me and I have somebody, I get disgusted. Like I get irritated. Like, cause I feel like they bird brain ass. You feel me? Like I don't want to talk to you.
Nah, but some females, they don't know that you're like, you guys are like, oh, that's cool. Like when I was in a relationship and then I got approached, I'll be like, oh, thank you. You feel me? I appreciate it, but I got a female at home. That's it. You know, just keep it real cool, simple. Like you're not shutting them down. You're not be like, oh no,
Like,
female, you
but
ugly.
like,
But
some people take that not like some girl really take that niceness for like a pass. Like you just try to be respectful about the situation, and then
nah, I'll text my girl, call me.
they take that like a green light to
hold
like
on.
keep going.
Nah, I'll just be like, nah.
I feel like I had to learn the hard way that like even sometimes people think you're flirting with them even when you're not. Like being nice to people, sometimes you can't I can't explain, like you can't do that.
Nah, I know what you're definitely
like
talking
with
about.
certain
Hell yeah.
guys, because then they'll take it as you're flirting with them and like go a mile when you give them an inch. You know what
I get what you're saying.
Like,
Most definitely.
That's why a lot of females feel like they gotta shut the guys down hard. I'm like,
oh, I don't do that either. But
Use that as an
Nah,
excuse for being a.
but you gotta remember, there's a lot of weird people out there, a lot of weird guys. Like you would tell them no, and they were like, "Oh well, can I be your friend? Can I?" She already said no, big dog.
Like,
Let
oh,
it
man.
go. Like,
Well, can I have a hug then?
I'm like, nah. If I generally approach you and I be like, listen, I think you cute. Like, can I get your number? And you tell me no. All right, cool. Have a great day. Go the next day. Like the next female might want me. That's my mindset is. But I'm not gonna sit there. So, how long you and your boyfriend been there? Why am I asking? I'm not.
It's a fucking ego.
it's like,
Yeah,
why
I'm not a
Why do
detective.
guys do that?
That's the weirdest thing in the world. Like,
It's just an ego thing. I think it is like a big ego thing with certain people.
that's just crazy.
Would you stay with a girl you loved if she didn't want to have sex until she's married?
I will try my hardest. That's the best thing I can say. Because the thing is, if you my girl, like let's say like the first couple of months that we, like you told me that, let's say month between 1 and 6, I might be like, all right, cool, I'm strong willing, I could do it. But because you gotta remember, we probably not gonna get married. Like some people get married within the first year, second year, whatever the case may be. But it just depends on the relationship. So me, I'm thinking a little bit long term. So I'm like, within this by the first year, like I'll say at the end of the year, you walking around the house, like anything can happen. Like I'm like, damn, you might be getting out the shower, and I might look at you with that side eye, like, hey, you gonna slide over here? So it's like, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm weak minded, but at the end of the day, if your girl walking around and she dropped the towel, ain't no man that strong.
Yeah, you have to respect her.
Like,
Put that pudding in that pudding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, ain't no man that strong gonna be sit there like, I'm a man of God. I'm just gonna sit there. Some people are like, well, I am. What? Yeah, bullshit. Don't care. But me, I just know like I may be sitting there playing Madden, and if you drop that towel by accident, I'm coming after you. Like I understand what you said. I understand what you said about that marriage, but
non-consensual vibes over here.
What was it? I'm coming after you.
No, the thing is, like,
Come here, boy.
No, I'm saying that the thing is, like, cause you my female, of course, like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, no. Then you're gonna be like, is he really into me? Like, of course, I'm gonna be sexually attracted to my partner. That's why, I accepted to be in a relationship with you. So,
I mean, wait, do I have to marry him? Like, do I have to? Cause like I've been in a relationship for like 2 years plus, and still ain't had none. And it's like I can do it, but it gets to a point where honestly, the right hand gets weary, and then you need something else to accommodate for it. You know, like you don't have to. It doesn't have to be sex. You can slip a finger or.
There's
other things, There's other things to bypass.
But
Wow.
There's loopholes.
I mean,
there's loopholes.
they would still consider, because you gotta remember it's oral sex. So the end
True,
sex.
of course. I'm not just gonna take it. I look like Cosby.
So T, you said that in that 2-year relationship, you didn't have sex with the person you were in a relationship, but did you have sex with somebody else?
I don't think they're gonna come across this, but yeah, I did. I did.
See,
I don't think they're gonna come across.
See,
I thought you were born again, celibate.
see, that's what I'm saying.
I
That don't count. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, guys, you're strong. I get you. Like I said, I'll do my best. But at the end of the day,
I mean, it was like towards the end, so I guess that counts for something. It wasn't like the first few months or some shit.
T got tired. He was like, listen,
like I got patience, but not that much.
But
Yeah.
Would you wait?
I don't think I can do that. I could not do that. Hell no, I would not stay. I don't even think I would be in a relationship with someone that couldn't have sex. It's not me being like an asshole. It's just
Or an addict.
I can't explain it. It's like I want to have that feeling and that emotional connection, and it's like you can't really be that connected. You know what I mean? Like
when you guys both reach the climax at the same time. Ooh.
Yeah, that's connected. USB connected.
See, the thing is, a lot of girls are like, what is he talking about? The guys know,
Yeah, you guys.
She
know.
starts shaking.
Yeah,
you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to feel all aspects of who I'm talking to.
She likes intimacy.
Yeah, I crave intimacy, so I can't do that.
Really? Okay.
Interesting topic.
Our last question is, would you have sex with a girl after finding out her pussy stinks?
Is that a question? I really think no one should put up with that on all aspects.
Okay. Okay.
I really think no one should put up with that on all aspects. Like that's why. Would you?
Break it down. You there? You in the mood? Y'all had dinner.
Honestly,
I got you.
Give it a move.
Honestly, I feel like
Nah, T gotta go first.
yeah. Honestly, I feel like girls.
No, we don't want your opinion.
All
We
right,
don't want your opinion.
Damn, Raymond.
We gotta wait. Continue. Now put yourself in a predicament. Like it's not random. Like you already there.
All right, I'm set the mood.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Here.
Drop them bags.
All right, go ahead, T.
I feel like that's just disgusting. That's like diving into a cesspool.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's disrespectful.
It's like, I feel like at that point you could see the green stink lines coming from.
But would you like give her advice, or like would you help her, or would you just send
Fuck
her?
no.
One question.
One question.
Answer that question. Don't say what.
Say that question after that. All right.
Don't give a fuck about no cess. No.
Go ahead.
Like, bro, I'm not hitting that shit. Like, I'm telling her straight up, like, even if I told her to take a shower and she got out, I'd be gone. Cause I wouldn't trust it. She'd probably went in there to mask it. You don't know what females do when they go in the bathroom. They either, some females use like hand sanitizer and lotion to try to mask it.
I'm not aware of this. I am not aware.
I don't know what that is, but
You haven't seen that before? Google it.
Tell us a story, fam.
Google it.
Nah, the only thing I can say
I
is
even got a
this.
story for that, bro.
You telling me that because you telling me I took you on a date. Had a nice and even out, depending where we went, whatever the case may be. Took you back to the crib, you feel me?
You took the Outback.
You feel me? You probably Outback, I don't know. Damn, I'm about to get damn, I forgot his name. Shit. King David a chance to see the jungle. And next thing you know, it's not the jungle. It's waste management. It's the dump. The first thing I'm gonna say is, I gotta go. Second thing is, as soon as I get in the car, cash out me your portion for the dinner. I ain't playing
Wow.
straight like
Savage.
Cause you gotta remember, look, I took you out. And you telling me all that time, cause you gotta remember, females, I ain't gonna lie, you guys are notorious for not getting ready on time. If I say I'm gonna pick you up at 7, best believe I'm gonna be there at 7:30, cause you guys ain't gonna be ready. So I'm like, you telling me you took all that time to get ready, do your makeup, do your hair, and your kitty cat stink? What type of bullshit is that? Nah, something wrong with you, B. Nah, you better cash out me my portion.
Like,
I don't give a fuck about that.
I feel like some girls wash it with dirt and soil instead of water and soap.
Nah,
A new meaning for Mother Nature, right?
we changing the game. Ladies, your kitty cat stink 2020, you getting out. Damn.
So have you guys ever had a situation like that?
Be honest, guys.
Yeah.
This ain't come on now.
I gotta really think, low key.
I've had a situation, but I canceled. I didn't go in it.
How did it go?
How I came
To
find that
conclusion.
fucking discovery is just like slide my hand down there to test it out, and then I know you do it. I know you do it.
I get
All
what you're
guys,
saying.
it's like when we
I get
first
you
go
saying.
down there, when you guys leave or whatever, when you're not looking, we take a whiff to see what we're dealing with.
You test, and then you tested it.
I
and
tested
you were
it,
just like,
yeah.
this ain't it.
It
and
was
you clearly
rancid.
made your exit.
Nah,
I
this
did
is
not give her a reason. I just got up, left, and went home and said,
Nah.
I'll be back. And
I
never
know
came
what
back.
situation you talking about, because that happened the same thing to me. I was getting her in the mood, playing with it a little bit. All I tried to do was just move my hand to the back. I went, whoa.
That shit hit you before you put your hand to your face.
Whoa. Like, I went from, I gotta go. I forgot what I told her. I said, look, my stomach's hurting something, but I had to get the fuck out of there. I was not gonna put my Jimmy in there. No.
Like, bro, that shit makes you go to the sink and wash your hands with lava.
Cause I'm
Scorching water.
look, I can
Wow,
cut off
you
my
guys-
hand, but I can't cut off my penis. No, I don't care. Sorry, King David's not going in there. Nope. Come back to the ship. We're going home. Let's go.
It's gonna burn like acid. I guarantee you.
Yeah, cause you gonna think of it like yourself, like as a man, like that's gonna degrade your value.
Well, believe it or not, girls have the same situation when it comes to guys too. Like y'all down there, y'all shit don't be
Tell the nigga his dick stink.
Tell the nigga.
smelling like roses all the time.
Shit.
And girls are more polite. I feel like in
Excuse
certain
me?
situations you just like call it what it is, and oh yeah, well I think you should take a bath because such and such. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Sometimes you just have to be real.
We ain't
You
in the
can't just
wait,
leave
hold
the
on, hold on,
situation
hold on,
like,
hold on.
oh, well, I'm just
Listen.
gonna flee the scene.
Listen.
Like sometimes you have to be like,
I mean, yeah,
Is
that
it
shit,
her-
that's a scary
I think-
sight.
I think- I
You
think
want
I-
to flee the scene.
See, I
buy
think
her
what you're
some
saying it like this.
Advil.
If we just
That shit
talking
don't
for like
work.
a couple of days and you know I'm about to hit it and then I smell that whiff, of course I'm like, get the fuck out, give me my money, boom boom. If we're in a relationship, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. I'm like, listen, out of this whole time, I have never smelled something that bad. Like, come on, man,
My
what you doing?
entire life.
Like, I'm like, for real. Like, I'll just check you about it. I'm like, nah, don't let that thing come smell like that again. Like, for real. Like, I might give you, that'll be like your one free pass. But that depends on how long we've been in a relationship. For real. If we've been in for 6 months, I might just leave you because of that. Like,
Because you smell like you left your shower rag in there for 6 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's like he has all the comebacks.
Because I feel like you've been playing me this whole time. I'm like, damn, this is how it really smells. So I'm like, what you been stuffing down there for real? I'm like, not happening. Nope, I care about me. I know a lot of other guys would love to hit it. Go ahead, let them deal with that dirty shit.
Yeah, I feel like I have a situation like that. Like one time before where we had a good day, a good night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the night, and I bring my spinning night bag, and I'm off for this man's house.
oh my lord.
And
Every girl has that.
yeah, and things get
No.
crazy, and I think I'm gonna perform for him,
Showtime,
and then like.
I'll be performing at the Oscars every.
And then as soon as my head reaches that area, it's like, whoa. And then I'm just like, you know what?
Take your go bag and go.
I think I'm tired. Like, I think I just want to go to sleep. So, yeah.
That's a no-go for that low
Yeah.
blow.
Nah, but I feel like every guy should have that go back in their car, low key. But yeah, that'll wrap up the show. Like, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Kevin V,
Alexus Haze.
T the Gallant.
and we're out.